Hi guys, we are back and today with a phenomenal speaker, Miss Karen Jax. Karen Ann Jax. She goes with the middle name Ann. Beautiful. Um, I really love Karen, and I want to tell you why. Karen and I connected last year when I was doing my very first summit, and ever since then we're friends. And the way we connected was so cool because I became her client and she became my client. And now we are each other's clients and we support each other. And I just love this woman. I love her energy and I love to watch her grow. Her business is growing, she is growing as a leader, and it's just so beautiful to watch. So that's the journey that most of you guys want to be on, and you want to be going through these steps that Karen is going through right now. So she is a perfect person to ask anything we want to know. And with that said, I would like to welcome you, my dear. Welcome to the show. I hope you had a beautiful morning. We are recording this interview in the morning here in LA, but it's already afternoon in Texas where you are. So hello, welcome. We are happy to have you here.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. And Linka, you are such an inspiration. I'm so thankful I met you, I guess maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, very,
Yeah.
very grateful.
Yeah, it's been a great year too. So much
And
has
happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you. So much has happened over the past year. I know a lot of people are now looking to start their businesses online, and people are coming from different backgrounds. Your background is very unique and very, it's just something that I would not expect to find online. I would go outside to a brick and mortar shop and I would look for your expertise, in a special shop, special studio, not online. So please tell us, who were you? What did you do? What is your profession before you came online
Okay.
and started teaching and coaching and selling products?
Well, I'm a hairdresser. I've been a hairdresser a long time. And over the years, many of my clients who colored their hair at home due to travel or they didn't want to spend the time in the salon said, God, I hate box hair color. Can you sell me some of your good stuff in the back? And I just knew legally I couldn't do that. And there were so many variables that we needed to fix. And I thought, that's an idea. Now that came to me 10 years ago. Okay, 10 years ago. And it wasn't easy just to find a manufacturer who would make hair color for me, right? I mean, how do you do that? Well, many years of research, finding the right manufacturer who believes in my idea out of Italy, who wanted to make my color in small tubes and very custom shades, would work with me. He loved this idea. This was about 5 years ago, going back and forth, trying to find the right shades and detailing the design. After coming up with that, then we finally ordered the product. And this was about 2 years ago before things started going a little crazy. And so I meet people online, do the consultations. Customers find me and I ship the hair color to them. It's salon color that I customize. It's not a box. It's all the different shades with the right developer, with the right application. That's very important to me. And in doing so, I really was afraid I was going to hurt the hairdresser business. I just didn't want to. I'm a hairdresser. I don't want to hurt the hairdresser business. But what I realized is more people color their hair at home than they do in the salon. And I thought, how could hairdressers get that business? How could hairdressers get that home hair color business that we've never gotten before? You know, it's a $30 billion a year industry. And I thought, that's what I want to do. And so that's what I do as a coach now. So I have the product. People can go online, fill out the questionnaire, and then I funnel them to hairdressers who I call hair heroes who have gone through my training and they learn how to do these consultations online. And so now I love this. They pivot in these unknown times and they can grow their online business and they can work from anywhere.
I just love how you saw the need in the market, and not only for the hairdressers, but you also saw a need for the clients. Like you said, lots of us got stuck this past year without a hairdresser. We couldn't go because they're closed for most of the time. So what do you do? I mean, you can run gray, right? But that doesn't look that great, at least not on some people, or like myself. Some people rock it, but many of us like to keep the color fresh and shiny and, like, alive. So for us, it was a disaster. And to have someone like you who provides that quality, that high end quality, was a blessing, because my other option would be to go to Target or to go to some store and buy over the counter, like whatever they have, right? Like they sell these little boxes for $7, or I don't even know how much they cost these days. But these are damaging our hair. Your color is different. So you answered that need. You
Mhm.
solve the problem for the customer. You also solve the problem for the hairdressers, because now, even though they're closed, they don't know when they'll reopen, or what will be happening to their business. Now they have a way to make money and to serve their customers and take care of them again online. So this was a brilliant idea, and I salute you for being resourceful enough and fearless enough and
Mhm.
brave enough to go and find that manufacturer, because that step is something that would scare me. How did that work for you? Like, were you scared? What did you have to get over? Like, what obstacles did
Okay.
you see?
I have to tell you, it was so. I mean,
Wow.
I'm calling manufacturers that sell big hair, like that sell major hair color. Hi, I'm Karen Ann out of Houston. Um, can I buy some hair color from you? Okay. I couldn't go that route. But what I did a lot of reading, research, and I contacted three different ones who would talk to me.
Mhm.
And they would ask me questions that I didn't know. I'd write that down. I'm like, what is it? What are they talking about with the size of the tube? Do you have the tubes? Or what's the fill rate? Or all these different questions, or the tools that, because I have small tubes, they needed to get a certain tool to work with their machine. And they were asking me all these questions that I had no idea. And every time I would just write down the question and ask them, what does this mean? What do you mean by this? And then I would go to the other manufacturer, and then I would know what they were asking me because I already knew from the last one. And moving forward, when I found the manufacturer out of Italy, I had a lot more information, details that I needed to fill in. And then I could tell him that I needed small tubes. Could you fit that for me? And he says, yes, we can fit the tooling to fit your small tubes. And so once that was solved, now let's work on the shades. And then you got to work on the scent and what shades would work, and varying amounts. So it took a lot of trial and error.
Mhm.
So what I learned from that is, just because you don't know it, just keep going with the questions and pretend like you do, and then say you don't at the same time.
Wow. What I hear also is what it took from you was that determination, that persistence, like you didn't give up. A lot of people give up too early, in my experience, whatever business they might be trying to run or start. Many people give up before they have that breakthrough, before it starts to pick up, because they feel like it's going for too long and they don't have all these answers to all these questions, and all these obstacles seem to be so huge for them. And it's just the way to, like, we have to stick to it, right? We have to get through it little by little every single day until we figure it out, until it clicks, until we meet someone who will be that person who actually helped us over that hurdle. So I wow, like, you are an example of
Thank you.
someone who does not give up, and that's why you are rewarded.
They say it's a sprint, not a marathon.
Yeah.
And also, it's, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And I didn't know how to solve everything And it's very overwhelming, but I just go, what I have to deal with that's in front of me now, just one step at a time.
Yeah, so with another speakers, we were talking about how they came from completely different background, and they kind of like felt the calling or felt pulled towards coaching people. With you, it's that same expertise that you were doing for many years, many years, like what, 30 years? You were a
Yeah.
hair expert, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of experience, right? You really are an expert in your field, and you took that and now you just packaged it differently. You just made it work online. So growing up as a little girl, did you always want to be a hairdresser? Did you always want to do people's hair, or what was your dream as a little girl?
No, I did not. To tell you the truth, I grew up in a disadvantaged, poverty scenario. So college wasn't an option.
Mm.
So barely graduated from high school. I went and got a GED. Okay, fine. So family said, "Why don't you go to the beauty school down the street?" I went, "No, that's what losers do. I'm not going to go to beauty school. No, that's losers. I'm gonna start my own business. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to do it." Well, I went to beauty school because I knew that they were correct. I walked in, I learned all this potential, and I saw, wow, my potential is as far as I want to take it. And I can work in the beauty industry because a lot of the beauty industry, it's the artistry, it's the creativity, but it's also the ability to connect and share and help people. And that's what I wanted to do. And every year I go through training, I just up my education and become better and better. And I love this industry I got into. I'm so blessed that my family told me I needed to do this.
This is just a perfect thing because we know our hairdressers like to chat us up, right? Like every time I go get my hair cut or I get my hair color done, I sit there for like an hour, sometimes two. And what do we do naturally? We talk, right? Back and forth. So hairdressers are known to be really great listeners and really great coaches because many times you get advice from them, not just on hair or beauty, but on life stuff. So hairdressers, in my opinion, make really great coaches and really great consultants. So this is just a perfect fit, and it's just a natural progression of your career to move into this teaching role right now. How much or how do you enjoy that? Do you like it?
I love it. And the way it's evolving now is I teach hairdressers how to do the consultation and work with Della Rica, but I'm also teaching them just some of my hair color philosophy,
Hmm.
the color law and theory and the philosophy, how to make sure that you get the optimum effect, some tricks that we use to cover the gray better, tricks to ensure that you get shiny hair. Um, so I'm having a great time talking to them as well. And now I'm doing salon installations because salons are opening up. So now I can go in and do trainings with them as well. So I'm having a great time doing that.
Fantastic. What advice would you give to someone who is just about to start a business online?
Well, okay. The first thing is you needed to define your why you want it,
Mm.
and shoot high, shoot, aim for the stars, shoot high. And then the other one is, uh, this is huge. Don't give up. There are so many times I went through this process and I thought this isn't going to work. I need to figure out how to let it go. And then somehow through a business coach, they would talk me through a way to solve what problem was in front of me. And that was the third thing I would recommend.
Right.
And that would be hire a business coach, be a member of a networking group, and get a support peer group, either in person or online. But I think a peer group that help to hold you accountable and reach your dreams, so you stay focused on your why.
That is, yes, that's a gold. That's a
Yeah.
must. Yeah. Even as coaches, we have mentors, we have people who been where we are or what we going through right now. They've been there and they are a couple steps ahead of us and they've done it. And it's just nice to have that feedback from them and just know that, we don't have to go through the same mistakes maybe that they made. Like it speeds up the whole process, right? The learning curve gets shorter. So it's very smart. And the why will keep you in the game. Yes. Like when it gets hard, when it gets challenging, if you have a strong reason why you're doing this, you will not quit. And quitting is not an option. So this is great. Now, Karen, I have to share something with our audience. I hope you don't mind. So there's last year, right? There was a time after we met where I was like this much of gray, and then there was like some orange, and then there was like brown underneath. And I was talking to you, and I said, well, I have this issue, but my hairdresser is closed right now. And I remember you like telling me, like, just show me with your phone, like, show me your hair. I'll give you the right hair color. I'm like, really? Like, I'm in LA, you're in Houston, Texas. You're like far away. How are we going to do it over the phone? You
Mhm.
guys, sure enough, like, I went by my window so she gets good light. I showed her with my phone the three colors, and next thing I know, a box appeared on my porch, and in that was the hair color for me to try as a sample. So I tried. It was like the perfect match to my natural hair color. I don't know how you did it, Karen, over the phone, but you did it. So, how does that work? Tell us your secret.
I think experience helps a lot. And I know how hair reacts. I can look at the texture of your hair and determine how it's going to react, if I need to use a higher volume developer, or if I need to add extra pigment to your shade or your application. So I think your application was slightly different, because I remember that orange
Yeah.
we needed to fix, but I couldn't have that same color at your roots as you do at your orange. So I mean, that's a color correction. Essentially what you had to do is you had to apply the first color at your regrowth area, and then mix maybe a little bit of water
Yeah.
and pull it through. I can't remember exactly what you had to do, but
Yeah.
I know we had to do something different to make sure it looked even,
Yeah.
and could deposit 100% at your roots. But I didn't need that same strength at the
Mm.
orange. And
That.
it's just experience and knowing hair color and the texture, not just the color, but the texture of your hair is important to know.
Yes, and it helped me so much because it worked. It was amazing. Ever since then, I'm buying hair color from De La Rica, which I'm very happy with. And what I want to talk about is how when we work online, there is a lot of Zoom conferences, a lot of Zoom interviews, there is a lot of live videos when we go on YouTube or when we go on Facebook. Like our online presence is very important, and how we look in those videos or in those conversations, in those recordings, is extremely important, right? Because we are our own walk-in business card, basically. The way we look, the way we present ourselves, that's our brand. And so for someone who is thinking about starting a business and maybe they've been home for a while and they really want to like give yourself that upgrade, give yourself that or give themselves that fresh color, fresh look, how can you help those people? I know you have a gift for us, so that's where I'm going with this.
Well, I've got so there's two different ways. Okay, so on my website, delaricahaircolor.com, you can fill out a color profile. And
Hmm.
on that profile, you can tell me what type of hair you have, how long it is, the texture, the porosity, and we can meet online and we can do a consultation.
Okay.
Or they could go in and fill out the six things every person should know when selecting hair color for home use. So the list is for the customer who wants to go buy hair color but doesn't necessarily want to use Delarica. I'm cool with that, but I want to help you figure out how to choose the right hair color, and that's what this will do.
Such a generous gift, and it's such a must, right? Like because I know when I got my color consulting for my wardrobe from a professional, it made such a difference for me. So having the right colors around your face, meaning your hair, your makeup, your clothing, that's like right next to your face, is very important. It will make you either look bright and glowy and healthy, or it could make you look dull and it could make you look tired, right? So a huge difference. So very important to know what your color is and if it's the right color for you, and how to work with that. So thank you so much for sharing that, Karen.
Sure.
And we will post that in our Facebook group. Karen will be there in the Facebook group, so she will be available too if you have any questions for her. And you'll also get that information through the email, my dears. So, with that said, do you have any last thoughts that you'd like to share with our audience today, Karen?
Yes. And that is, you deserve it. That is a message I would tell myself, my younger self. I deserve it, and
Yes.
I can do this. That's that's what I want to say.
Yes, yes. There's nothing I can add to that. I'll leave you with that. You guys think about that and let it really sit with, like, let it sink in, sit with it, right? Let it sink in, and just go for it. You get it. Have
That's
a
great.
wonderful
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you so much, Karen, for joining us today. Like I said, we'll see you in the group, and good luck and all the best in the business to you.
Thank you so much.